Hello everyone, welcome to the Mufasa book readings. My name is Julia and today's reading will be reading from the book by Mel Robbins. The book is titled The 5-Second Rule. Enjoy. Chapter 6, What Are You Waiting For? Here's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The time is always right to do what is right. Tom is celebrating a new piece of business with his colleagues at Stetson Steakhouse inside the Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown Chicago. He is crushing his quota for the year, and the win today will put the territory he manages ahead on the leaderboard. 4 months ago, he threw himself into his job at a financial tech company after his wife moved out. It's been a welcome distraction as he tries to pick up the pieces of his personal life. He turns toward the bartender to order another round, and that's when he sees her. She's standing just across the bar, laughing with her friends. There is something about her. He can't quite put his finger on it. He thinks about walking over and talking to her, but he hesitates. He starts to wonder if it's too soon to put himself out there. He begins to feel uncertain. Would a woman that hot go for a guy with 2 kids? Tom has a decision to make, and he'll make it in the next 5 seconds. In the amount of time it takes to start walking across the bar, Tom could start to rebuild his life. In the amount of time it takes to raise your hand in a meeting, you can change how you are perceived at work. In the amount of time it takes you to open your mouth and compliment someone, you could brighten someone else's day. And if you don't, the moment will pass. Whatever reason you use to hold yourself back, you are wrong. It's not safer to stay quiet. It's not better to keep the peace. It's not futile to try. It's not risky. You are wrong. All your excuses and reasons are wrong. There is no right time to improve your life. The moment you move, you'll discover your strength. That's the way to bring the real you to the table. By pushing the real you out of your head into the world. And the best time to do it is right now, when your heart tells you to move. We waste so much time of our lives waiting for the right time to have the conversation, ask for the raise, bring it up, or start things. It reminds me of that famous Wayne Gretzky quote, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Here's the thing, you never regret the shots you do take, but you always regret holding back. Life is already hard, yet we make it so much harder when we listen to our fears, we convince ourselves to wait, and we hold our greatest selves back. We all do it, and not just in bars. We hold ourselves back at work, at home, and in our relationships. The question is, why do we do this? The answer is brutal. You can call it a fear of rejection or a fear of failure or a fear of looking bad. The reality is we hide because we are afraid to even try. I had a conversation a few months ago with my daughter, Kendall, that illustrates just how deadly this waiting game can be to your dreams. To give you some background, Kendall is 15 and a very talented singer. From the moment she wakes up until the moment she goes to bed, she's singing. Recently, one of our mentors recommended for her an audition with the directors of a musical in New York City. He had placed kids on tour with Les Miserables, Mary Poppins, and Matilda. He thought Kendall had a very good chance of landing a role. The second topic came up. She said she wanted to audition, but never wrote her mentor back about it. I asked her why she was waiting. It was fascinating and heartbreaking to hear her thoughts and feelings had trapped her. Funnily enough, she wasn't afraid of the audition itself, at least not when she thought about it. It was everything that might happen after the audition. She said that she didn't want to try out because what if I didn't make it, mom? What if I am not as good as I think I am? If I don't audition, at least I can tell myself that I'm amazing. I'm just too lazy to have what I want. Now we were getting somewhere. The fear of sucking, of not being good enough, of feeling like a loser. None of us wants to face that reality. So we avoid it like the plague. I actually do it with exercise. I can pretend I'm in decent shape as long as I avoid it. I can relate. The moment I hit gym, I have to face reality. And the reality is that within 2 minutes of running on a treadmill, I have to go to the bathroom and I'm out of breath. I'm not in great shape at all. I have a lot of work to do. That's why we dodge challenges to protect our egos, even if it means eliminating the possibility of getting what we want. I listened to Kendall talk about her fear that she wasn't good enough and then asked her one simple question: what if you're wrong? It's a powerful question, and we don't ask it nearly enough. What if you're wrong? What if you audition and you really are good as everyone says? What if your idea is actually the next $1 million business? What if you not only meet your quota again this year, but you actually surpass it? What if being single isn't as scary as you think and your true soulmate is just days away from bumping into you? Are you really going to let your worries stop you from doing the work, having the love life, and being your greatest self? You better not. And even if you do suck, there's another thing you can say to yourself: so what? So what if you suck? At least you tried. As far as I'm concerned, landing the role is irrelevant. Just like the woman Tom saw at the bar is irrelevant. The only thing relevant is you. The power is inside of you. The only way you access that power is pushing yourself to try. The greatest you shows up at the audition, walks up at the girl or guy at the bar, and raises their hand and their voice at work. You'll never stop yourself from starting to worry about something, but you can stop yourself from letting those worries drag you into a parade of worries that take control of your mind. You can assert yourself and push yourself to think about something empowering. You step back into the present moment and go for what you want. And you can do it in 5 seconds flat. We are all guilty of thinking about getting involved, but not doing it. We are all waiting for the right time. It's totally stupid. In a recent survey, 85% of professional services employees admitted they were withholding critical feedback from their bosses. Why? You already know the answer. They are waiting for the right time. The same is true for your kids, your spouse, your friends, and colleagues. All human beings are wired this way. One of the most insightful and enlightening aspects of Adam Grant's incredible book, Originals, How Nonconformists Move the World, is when he describes how some of our greatest heroes are just like us in the simple regard. They hesitated, they doubted themselves, and almost missed the opportunity of their lifetimes because they didn't feel ready. I find it reassuring to know that the people we admire most needed to be pushed through their fears, excuses, and feelings, just like you and me. That is where today's reading will end. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching our video. Don't forget to like, comment, share to your family and friends, as well as subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. Bye.